Hi, my name is Norm Freitas, and we're here today to talk about a wonderful place called Zack's Place in Woodstock, Vermont. And here to talk about Zack's Place, we have one of our star volunteers, Lindsay Sargent, my wife, Dale Freitas, and the program director, Anthea LaValle. Anthea is going to start out with just kind of giving us an overview of what Zack's Place is all about.
That sounds good. So at Zack's Place, we provide enrichment programming for people with special needs. We serve primarily the Upper Valley, although we do have students who come from other states as well. So our programming includes all kinds of dance. And, well, actually, why don't we talk about our favorite programs, the favorite things that we do at Zack's Place. Lindsay, what's your favorite thing?
Yoga.
Yoga. And what is it about yoga that you think is the most fun?
The strength and the way it makes you feel in all the stretches.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing yoga at Zack's Place?
Since I started working there.
And that was maybe 8 months ago?
Yeah.
And do you feel like you've gotten a lot stronger because of the yoga?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Other things that we do at Zack's Place include Latin American dancing. So what are some of the things that we've learned in Latin American dancing, Lindsay?
Different steps.
Different steps. We've learned a few words in Spanish as well. Can you think of one?
Uno?
That's right, that's right. So we do a lot of different programs, and we also invite outside program providers from cultural institutions, including the Montshire Museum of Science, the Vermont Institute of Natural Science, and to come in and enrich our programming. A great deal of what we do is provided by volunteers free of charge, including our yoga program. We have an art program as well. All kinds of good stuff. Dale, is there something that you wanted to mention about what we do at Zack's Place and your favorite things?
Well, it's just so nice to see children who wouldn't ordinarily have opportunities to be with their friends and to do sports as well as art and music after school. To have that opportunity, and it makes me feel really great to go there and enjoy these programs with the children or the participants, and that it's a great place. In September, Norm and I started Zack's Place with the hopes that we would have a program to become a full-day program. We started as a after-school program. And Norm might take it from there on what our initial ideas were for the participants.
Well, actually, you're probably wondering, who is Zack? Well, right, Lindsay? You wanted to say, yeah. So Zack is my son, and he is 18 years old, and he has cerebral palsy. And he's a quadriplegic, and he cannot talk, but he is very cognitive and very aware and intelligent and social. And he's coming to that point in his life that he's going to be steering more away from the organized school programs, and I'm not really sure what Zack could be doing. We hope that he's going to be working in the community, but one of the things that I really wanted to develop is a social enrichment center that would bring kids that are young adults that are postgraduates or are close to being postgraduates and even in school to come together from our community to have a social event, activity-based programming that would keep them energized and inspired and feel like they're part of a group and the community. And so we bought this beautiful building on Mechanic Street, which is just in the back of the main drag in Woodstock, and renovated it so that it's handicap accessible, and it's just a beautiful space, and we invite everybody to come because it's just a great feeling. It's an old carriage house stone building, and it's right along the Kedron Brook, and we've got this nice patio out front that that they do their all kinds of bird feeding and art and bingo and
drawing on the cement.
Drawing on the cement with chalk. And so it's very accessible to towns. We are very visible because we do a lot of field trips down through town, over to the library,
Billings Farm.
to Billings Farm, to Faulkner Park, and to Vale Field. And we want to welcome everybody from the Upper Valley, that if you have a child or know of a young adult, we would love to have more students in our program, as well as more volunteers. Right, Linz?
Yep.
The other great thing is that this is offered totally free. This is offered to any child, young adult that wants to be involved. It does not cost the family or them anything. With that in mind, we do have, maybe Anthea can talk a little bit about our fundraising campaigns and our goals for the future.
Absolutely. Well, there are many ways that you can support Zack's Place. You can become a volunteer. And as I mentioned earlier, many of our volunteers do come and donate their time and their enthusiasm and their energy, and they bring all kinds of expertise, whether it's certification as a yoga instructor or professional experience as an artist, or even if it's just a great attitude and an interest in working with the community. So we welcome all volunteers of all ages, actually. We have a dedicated group of teen volunteers as well as adult volunteers, right? And I think that's one of the nicer aspects of Zack's Place, is that it is intergenerational. So you could have a teen volunteer working side by side with a senior citizen happily doing activities at Zack's Place, and that doesn't often take place. So it's, I think, one of the more enriching aspects of our program. You think so, Linz?
Yeah.
All right. So volunteering is one way that you can help to support what we do. Another thing that you can do is attend a fundraiser. So we do have fundraisers in the works. And Dale, I don't know if you want to mention that now, a little bit more about those details.
We haven't set a date yet, but we do have a Latin dance coming up. And actually, we haven't set a location for sure. It probably will be our house. But it should be a really fun event, and it'll be an evening where families are invited, and we have a Latin band, we know that for sure, coming to play salsa music and Latin dance music. And we'll have Latin food and a great time, and hopefully raise a lot of money for Zack's Place. We've had other fundraisers. The one we just mailed out was called a stay-at-home tea. And we mailed out our brochure as well as an invitation inviting people to stay at home and enjoy their tea and give a thought to Zack's Place, and hopefully send in a donation to help support us. Another way of fundraising is our grant writing, which Anthea is going to start to head up here, which will hopefully work out for us. Anthea wants to talk about it.
Sure. Well, that's also another, I think, volunteer avenue. If there are volunteers out there in the community who have grant writing experience, or even if they would just be willing to lend their editorial expertise and proofread some of our grant applications or give us suggestions as far as fundraising goes, that's another great way of contributing to Zack's Place. So that is another initiative that we have underway.
With all this in mind, we have some goals for our future, for our immediate future. We have a summer program that's expanded on the after-school program, starting after school gets out. I think the first week after school gets out, is that right?
That's correct.
It will be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 4. There are many programs scheduled in those hours. One of the programs I think I'm coming to is the box lunch on the green on Thursdays.
Yes.
With Zack's Place. I'm really looking forward to that. And so if you have children, volunteers, adults, anyone with any inkling to come to Zack's Place, whether you have special needs or not, we'd love to see you there. And if you have someone you know with special needs, I hope that you'll tell them about it, because we would love to be their friend and be with them. And then in the September, our goals are to start a full-day program for people graduating from high school that don't have a plan. And in that program, we'll hopefully integrate them into a volunteer program for something else in the community, as well as a job. And then Zack's Place will be a meeting place for lunch, and then join in with the after-school program, with our enrichment program that has all of our dance and arts and music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the things I as viewers, you're probably wondering, well, what are you doing now? And we actually opened, and maybe I didn't finish, or I cut Anthea off, but we opened in September when school started, and we've been operating Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays after school from 3 to 5:30-ish. We have about 8 to 9 students at this point, and about 20 to 25 volunteers. So it's every day and every week it's been more inspiring and just exciting to see it evolve. We're a growing city, and we hope that it's a very successful venture, and the most important thing is we want everybody to enjoy it, right?
Yep.
Lindsay? What are I know you said some of your favorite things that we do during the program, but why don't you give like a typical day when you arrive and everybody shows up on the bus, and what do you usually do when you start the day?
Usually, if we're waiting for activity to start, we usually start coloring, and if we have someone coming, we'll stop what we're doing and listen to what someone has to say. And usually we have a snack, and after snack, usually everybody comes to pick the kids up.
And then we have we have guest storytellers.
Yep.
Who's your favorite storyteller or story reader? Or
Can't think of his name.
Simon?
Yeah, Simon
Brooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
All these stories, and the way that he does his motions to come up to each kid and tell them. And the thing that's really funny is Keegan doesn't like the scary stories, so when Keegan's not there, you have to tell this scary stories. Keegan has to sit next to you, like grip your hand.
You can't say anything with ghosts or anything with Keegan, right?
Oh no. That's funny.
But Zack gets a kick out of it when he's sitting in a chair and he starts giggling and laughing. And during yoga, Zack usually starts giggling. We say, "No giggling, Zack."
He can cause an uproar.
Do you think that you've created some special friendships by volunteering at Zack's Place?
Yes.
Yeah, with a lot of people, right?
Yep.
Lindsay, when you're at Zack's Place, how do you feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Special place to be.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think about 2 weeks after we started, maybe it was further into the program, maybe it was a month and a half after we started, a mother had been driving over from Plainfield with her daughter, and Norm and I had worked pretty hard to get this program rolling at that point, and we were just getting students. We probably had 5 maybe at that point, and we were hoping it would be a success, but with a new venture, you never know. And a mother turned to me and she said, "This is the first time my daughter has had real friends, and I am making every effort to get here." And so that to me was confirmation that what we had started was something that needed to be, and that this little girl, how important it was in her life, because she's not going to be invited to birthday parties, or if she is, it's not like the other kids. It's not like these kids are don't have the opportunities to participate in sports and run and dance and all those things that.
Well, we do dance.
Well, yeah, run, but
In
not
a wheelchair.
Yeah, in a wheelchair, it's
right.
harder. It's harder for them. So it's really nice that they can have the same opportunities, and that's what our intentions are.
Remember when we had Zack doing the bunny hop in his wheelchair?
Yeah, his wheelchair has to be four-wheel drive, doesn't it?
Need shocks or something on there.
That's right.
Well, one of the, if anybody would like to get in touch with us, we have, obviously we have a phone right at Zack's place, and that's 802-457
5868.
5868. We have an answer machine, or Anthea's there. We also have an email address.
We do.
And that is?
It is, I think it's, what is the email address?
Well, why don't we just give our own
No,
Anthea?
I think is it
Anthea, which is spelled Anthea at Zack's Place, and that would be ZACKSPLACE.org. O-R-G.
That's it.
And, or we'd just like to have a visit. Pop in. We love visitors. And right now, until when school is out, we'll be open Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 3 to 5:30. And then as soon as school's out, we'll be open again on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 4.
Right. And one other thought I just wanted to mention, having worked at Zack's Place, one of the things that struck me is Zack's Place is an enrichment center serving people with special needs, but what I quickly realized is that these are people who have a tremendous amount to give back to the community. And it really is enriching the community by providing them the means and the outlets to do so, whether it's through volunteerism or just getting out there and developing partnerships with local merchants and local citizens. And so I think that's something that's really special about the folks at Zack's Place and the work that we do.
By the way, Zack's Place is a nonprofit organization. We got our nonprofit status in December of this year, late December. So if you want to contribute, again, we've got our phone number and our website, and we hope to see you.
I've noticed the artwork that Zack's done, the cards that people have bought, and they're so amazed by the artwork he's done, and people have said that they wanted to bring their artwork into the show, and they wanted to have an art show, that Zack's so amazed the way he does all his artwork on the cards.
Yeah.
His artwork's amazing on the wall, and how he does it when he holds it, when he does his paintings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to end just by saying we hope that we've inspired someone out there to come by and visit us, to give us a call or send us a note or an email. Our number again is 802-457-5868, and our email address is anthea@zacksplace.org. I'll give you one extra number, 1-802-457-1177. That's a direct office number of mine. If you can't seem to get a hold of anybody, usually there's always someone answering the phone there. And just thank you for your time.